네, 안녕하세요. 그러면 11회차 도전을 해보겠습니다. 기억영어. 오늘 도전 단어는요, 주방에 있는 아일랜드 테이블, 냉장고, 커피 머신, 마이크로웨이브, 전자레인지 이렇게 됩니다. 그러면 오늘 거 먼저 해볼게요. 하나, 둘, 셋. There is an island table in the kitchen. I go to the table, I use the table, I put some dishes on the table. I go to the refrigerator, I open the refrigerator, I take out a water bottle, I pour some water into the cup, I drink some water. I close the refrigerator. I go to the coffee machine, I use the coffee machine, I press the button, I make some coffee, I drink a cup of coffee. I go to the microwave, I open the microwave, I put some dishes into the microwave, I close the microwave, I press the button, I run it for 15 seconds. 네, 됐습니다. 자, 그러면 제일 처음 내 방 문부터 해서 오늘 하는 것까지 여기까지 가겠습니다. 자, 빠르게 가볼게요. 준비, 할 말 떠올리고 Go! I open the door, I close the door, I knock on the door, I lock the door, I unlock the door. I turn on the light, I turn off the light. I turn on the switch, I turn off the switch. I pick up a remote, I turn on the aircon, I turn off the aircon. I feel a little hot, I feel a little cold. I go to my bed, I sit on my bed, I lay down on my bed, I sleep in my bed, I get out of my bed. I pick up a pillow, I use the pillow, I put the pillow on the bed, I put my head on the pillow. I pick up a blanket, I use the blanket, I put the blanket on the bed, I prop the blanket, I fold up the blanket. I pick up a remote, I turn on the TV, I watch Netflix, I turn off the TV. I go to the mirror, I stand in front of the mirror, I look in the mirror, I check my hairstyle in the mirror. I pick up a lotion, I use the lotion, I put some lotion on my hands, I put some lotion on my face. I go to the massage chair, I sit on the massage chair, I press the button, I use the massage chair for 20 minutes. I go to the window, open the window, I close the window, I look out the window. I open the curtains, I close the curtains. I go to the sink, I turn on the water, I wash my hands and face, I turn off the water. I stand in front of the mirror, I look in the mirror, I check my face, I check my hairstyle in the mirror. I pick up a toothbrush, I pick up a toothpaste, I put some toothpaste onto my toothbrush, I brush my teeth up and down and back and forth, I rinse my mouth with clean water, I spit it into the sink. I pick up my shaver, I turn it on, I shave my face, I turn it off, I put it back. I take off my clothes, I take off my t-shirt, I take off my pants, I take off my underwear, I put them all into the laundry basket. I go to the toilet, I sit on the toilet, I use the toilet, I do my business on the toilet, I flush the toilet. I pick up a toilet paper, I use the toilet paper, I throw the toilet paper into the toilet, I flush the toilet. I open the trash can, I throw the trash into the trash can, I close the trash can. I go to the showers, I get into the showers, I take a shower. I pick up a shower head, I turn on the water, I take a shower, I turn off the water. I pick up a shampoo, I use the shampoo, I put some shampoo on my hands, I bake some bubbles, I wash my hair with shampoo, I rinse my hair with clean water. I pick up a soap, I use the soap, I make some bubble with the soap, I wash my body with the soap, I rinse my body with clean water. I go to the towel rack, I pick up a towel, I use the towel, I dry my body with the towel, I put it back on the towel rack. I go to the living room, I go to the sofa, I sit down on the sofa, I lay down on the sofa, I sleep in the sofa, I take a rest on the sofa, I get out of the sofa. I pick up a cushion, I use the cushion, I put the cushion behind my back, I lay my body on the cushion. There's a mini table in front of the sofa, I use the table, I put some snacks on the table. I pick up a remote, I turn on the TV, I watch TV, I turn off the TV. I go to the cabinet, open the cabinet, I take out a photo album, I close the cabinet. I bring the photo album to the sofa, I sit on the sofa, I open the album, I look through the album, I close the album. There are some snacks on the trolley, I go to the trolley, I pick up a snack, I open the snack, I eat some snacks. I feel a little hot, I feel a little cold, I pick up a remote, I turn on the aircon, I turn off the aircon. I go to the curtains, open the curtains, I close the curtains. I put on my slippers in the living room, I take off my slippers in the living room. I go to the kitchen, there's an island table in the kitchen, I use the island table, I put some dishes on the table. I open the refrigerator, I take out a water bottle, I pour some water into the cup, I drink some water, I close the refrigerator. I go to the coffee machine, I use the coffee machine, I press the button, I make some coffee, I drink a cup of coffee. I go to the microwave, I open the microwave, put some dishes onto the microwave, I close the microwave, I run it for 15 seconds. 됐습니다. 성공했죠? 네.